Hey everybody, this is Rob Vegas and I'm checking in from Melbourne, Australia, and we're back with another Hell Rasing music video. This time we've got a request from one of our good friends, Jay Bartlett. If you're not familiar with his YouTube channel, I really suggest you go and check it out. Well, once you finish watching my video, of course. Yeah, he does wonderful videos encompassing all things toys, collecting, and music as well, and he's a wonderful guitarist and an all-round top dude to boot. So yeah, be sure to go and check out Jay Bartlett's channel and tell him that I said g'day. And he requested this as our Hell Rasing song for today, so let's see what he's got for us. Of course, that's War Ensemble by SLAYER, and it's an absolute banger of a track. If you don't know it, and if you don't know SLAYER, you're doing yourself a disservice, so you've got to go check them out. We're going to quickly run down a few of the riffs in the song and just talk about it and how to play it, and hopefully I can teach you something about playing the song. And yeah, obviously the song is fast and furious as and there's a lot going on. You can probably see, like, that little bit I played there was like 30 seconds of music, but it contains about 10 minutes of music all in one sort of little blast. And that's just the start of the song, and there's, you know, like a middle eight, there's solos, there's tons of other riffs as well. So what we'll do is just quickly talk about them and run through a couple of them and have some fun along the way. So let's check it out. That first riff, that goes, is absolute chaos, like right out of the gate. And what's basically going on, if I to slow that down from SLAYER speed to like normal human speed, is we're doing this kind of we start on the 3rd fret. Oh, by the way, I'm tuned to E flat, which is what appears to be the tuning on the CD, as best as I can tell. Yeah, so it starts off on the 3rd fret on your E string, and then quickly you do this kind of down to the 1st fret, and then you take that off there. So, and then if you you just got to hit up the old open string as fast as. I recommend practicing that slowly and just building up your speed, and you'll get it. But yeah, that little tagger at the end is just your good old power chords up at the 7th fret there on the low E string, and the 9th fret on the A string. Put them together and you just go down 1 fret. That's a semitone. So that basically gives you that first riff there. There's a variation on it, of course, and which is they play this little tag at the end of the riff. So again, it's if I can play it right, but basically the second time around it gives you this little, and what I'm doing there, let's break that down. So open E string, 3rd fret on the E string, 2nd fret on the A, 1st fret on the A, and then on the E string, the low E string, we give it some 3, 2, 1. So, and of course, we play it at, you know, superhuman Jeff Hanneman, Kerry King speed. So that gives you that. Sorry, that was a bit sloppy, but it's hard to keep up with Slayer and Slayer. Anyway, it moves on to a few more riffs, and from that, another power chord blast where it gives you that sort of pre-chorusy riff, and that is like this. So, hang on, it's not like that, it's like this. What's basically going on there, it's a repeated sort of pattern of power chords. So you give it a big old E power chord, which is one of our favourites, which is, you know the drill with that. It's open E, 2nd fret on the A, and that gives us a bit of the old. And we take that pattern and we move it up a bit, so the next sort of bit after that is, that's just the same sort of thing. This time I'll get you to use your pointer finger on the 3rd fret, and then your ring finger on the 5th fret of the A string, and that gives you that. And you just move that down. And you sort of just move that pattern up pretty much. So it's, as I said, we start off at that 3rd fret bit of that, then we move it up to the 4th fret on your open E, or your low E I should say, and then grab that ring finger again, don't forget him, and put him on the 6th fret there, so, and then we just push it over the edge. With that, we send it on up to the 7th fret on the E string, of course the low E string, and the 9th fret on the A. So we've got that little 1 fret, 1 semitone sort of thing, which is descending while it's ascending. So, and then for the next bit of that, we repeat that exact same pattern, but we move it up a set of strings in terms of pitch, or down a set of strings in terms of gravity. So again, we've got that 3rd fret, but this time on the A string, and the 5th fret, which is on the D. And we just take that exact same pattern we just learned and go, that gets us the second part of the riff. So if you throw that all together, hopefully you can mix it up from what I've been able to show you thus far, and that gets you. And between each little jump, you just sort of give the old low E string up. Hang on. That should get you that next little riff there. Now the next one is tricky. This is the, I guess what you'd call the verse riff in the song. And this one you've got to be real careful when you're practicing it and playing it, because it's fast as, and also of course if you don't hit the notes, it's just going to sound like mush. But essentially the riff is, I can't even play it properly, it's that fast. But basically you grab your pointer finger again, we've got him, we send him to the 3rd fret on the low E string, and you're going to have to bring your pinky in on this one, because we want to put him on the 6th fret of the A string, and then you just do this sort of descending run. The riff starts off with, and I'll play it like slow, like a normal human being speed, not Slayer speed. So it's so you can sort of hear like those notes on the A string are kind of these little accents where that you hold that 3rd fret on the low E and you just chugging away on that, and you're hitting up like the accents like the that's how I sort of practice it, and yeah, just take it slow at first, otherwise your hand's going to explode because of Slayer. So that's definitely some riffs there to check out. It goes back after a few repetitions of those parts into like a cool chorus riff, which is a variation on one of the ones we looked at just before. It goes that same sort of pattern we had a look at, which is those power chords. So that one when we had the 3rd fret and on the low E and the 5th fret on the A string, and again, you know, that ascending, descending riff we took a look at before, but then it just chucks in some chugs and it's on the low E string, and you know, every day of the week that's going to be a winner and it's going to be a good time for everyone. So let's just quickly play that through slowly. And sort of at Slayer speed. So that should give you that heavy sound, and like I said, it's got those big chugs down the bottom there, and the neighbours will love it. Actually, the house next door, when I last played this, it actually rattled them off their foundations because it was so heavy. So that's always a winner. Anyway, there's a few other riffs throughout the song. Like I said, it goes for about 3 minutes, and they managed to cram in about 30 minutes of music into this one tiny song, and it's all good. There is a solo that comes up just as sort of a, you know, bridge sort of solo. I haven't been able to work it all out, but I think the first note is this, and it goes, and that's just like an artificial harmonic on the 6th fret of the B string. So normally the note sounds like that, but if you play it as an artificial harmonic, you've given it that extra push over the edge and that extra juice, and you get that, you know, just that wild sound where it just, you know, rattles all the windows in the street. So I'll try and revisit that and maybe do a War Ensemble part 2. I'll see how I go, and yeah, there's a few other music projects coming up, and of course it's Australia Day soon, so shout it out loud for Australia. And there's one more riff I'd like to talk about in War Ensemble for now. Like I said, we'll probably revisit the song, but this is this real ripper sort of middle 8, you know, riff. And if you know anything about Slayer, you know they love to pack in a really ripping middle 8 bridge riff, you know, just like as a sort of build up to more chaos. And this one, it kind of goes like this, so bear with me. I tried figuring this out myself by ear. So we got. I think it's that. Correct me if I'm wrong, and this, it's kind of one of our favourites where it's still got the chuggy E, but it's mixing in all those extra notes. And from my best or worst guess is, so I'll just highlight the notes on the A string. We've got the 8th fret to the 7th fret. So then on the E string, we've got the 7th fret to the 6th fret. So, and then, and then after that, so we got, again from the top on the A string, we got, and then on the low E, we've got 7 down to 6, and then they go up to 8 and 7. So, and then back to that 7 and 6. So that should be the first bit of it, as best as I can hear. Granted, my ears are rotten on the best of days, but yeah, that's what I think is going on. So let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong. So you get that, and then they just blues it up with the old 3, 5, 6 measure, which is always a win. So you should have something like this if you piece that all together, and you know, fingers crossed and hope for the best. So there is a variation where they go to, I believe it's the 4th fret. So it's something like that. So I'm pretty sure that's right. So I might not be. Again, let me know in the comments below. But let's see how that works out if we play that at, you know, faster Slayer speed. Slayer, that is. Let's try that again. Screwed that up as well, but hey, that's part of the fun when you play Slayer. But right off the bat, just play it slow and practice with a metronome, because like I said, some of the riffs, if you play them, you know, straight out of the gate at like full speed along with the CD, you're gonna just sound like a mush, like, you know, and that's no fun. But yeah, it's a challenge, and it's a, you know, put that on your sort of long-term goals list of playing along with Slayer, and yeah, you'll get there. Hey, I wanted to know, everybody, if you've got another Hell Rasing riff you can think of, or song that fits that category, let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you can play along with some Slayer as well, and yeah, share your thoughts and everything. We were lucky enough to see Slayer play back in 2006 here in Melbourne, and I remember my partner and I, we had the flu at the time. No, not that flu, but just whatever the 2006 flu was, and the band was so damn loud. I reckon that, you know, just the force and the volume of the band cleared out all of our sinuses and stuff, because it was so loud and awesome. We also got to see Slayer a couple of times at a few festivals, like there was one called Soundwave, which was a thing here in Australia for a while, so we got to see Slayer there a few times. And also we got to see one of Slayer's last ever shows here in Australia in 2019 at the Download Festival, and that was kind of a, you know, bittersweet experience, as it was like, oh wow, it's freaking Slayer, this is awesome, and then it was like, oh shit, you know, this is like their last concert in Melbourne, so that was a really cool time. But you know, by the same measure, it was like, oh wow, this is it, you know. But anyway, Slayer fans, get on board, and people who aren't Slayer fans, and if you haven't heard them, give them a listen, and you can't go wrong with any of their stuff. It's all good and all quality. Again, check out my friend Jay Bartlett. He's a wonderful guy, as I said, an awesome toy enthusiast and collector of all things awesome, and of course a great musician and a wonderful, just talented, off the charts guitarist. He's really cool, so check him out. I'll leave a link in the comments below, or you know, the description or whatever it is. And yeah, shout it out loud if you've got any thoughts about anything I've talked about today. You know, leave a big old thumbs up, or in the case of Slayer, leave a big old devil horns up. And I look forward to keeping up with you in the next video and catching up and yeah, saying g'day. And don't forget, Australia Day is coming, so give that some hell yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate that. And if you've liked the video, that's great. And if you've made it this far and you think this video sucks, then that's really awesome too. You're an absolute legend. So thanks for tuning in. Catch you soon, everybody.
Yeah, it's raining a bit outside, isn't it?